Ouchie. Ouchie. Running into the tripod, not a good thing. Dubby. That's right. Tell the ladies to go paint their toenails or something. Go do some online shopping with Dubby's credit card. What's up, Tim Arnold? Dubby sent Argentina for 98 jewels. Thank you. Still don't have any idea what that is. It is. Welcome to Dallas Love Field, located in Miami, Florida. Good gracious, it's hot and humid. Where's my beach, man? That is all I got to say. But we've got an arrival, Southwest 3254 on a 737-800 from Phoenix. Mark Bright Spark making an appearance. Welcome, Dan Rumsey. Don Rumsey. Well, Salt Lake City flights, you'll have to see for yourself. I'm good, Kevin. Thank you for asking. How are you and Todd? This is in from Phoenix. Dubby, man, hey, you know, I would be up spotting in Anchorage, but you gave your buddy pass to somebody else, so you can't expect me to go up to Anchorage all by myself. And don't you have like a condo, Dubby, up in Anchorage? Actually, you know what's funny? Pipes, organs, and jets, y'all. It was raining right when I got here. Yeah, it's been raining in Phoenix and Tucson all week, Tim. There you go. I'll chip in, Dubby. I'll pay for the time. I'll help pay for a timeshare, an Anchorage timeshare. I'll pay for the Anchorage timeshare. What's up, El Toro? Yeah, they've been getting rain every day this week, I think, either Tucson or Phoenix or both, so that's been great. The monsoons have been very monsoony. Yeah, Dubby, just tell me how much money you need, and we can make that happen. I'd totally be down for that. I would totally be down. You can have the condo from let's do March. Let's see, February till August, and then I can take it from August through January. So welcome to what could be argued as America's most boring airport, with nothing but Southwest and Jet Suite X, but mostly Southwest. So if you like Southwest and private jets, this is your airport. If you just like airport action, period, this is your airport. Oh, is this from Omaha, Tim. Thank you for the $2 super chat, Tim.
Omaha! Might want to think about dropping him a thank you note.
Thank you, Tim. Hi, Matthew Breckshot. We are at the garage. It was raining earlier, and now I don't know if the sun's going to come out, but I figured I'd play it safe, even though it costs money. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Matthew. I hope that you will always remember the good times. Thank you, Mark Bright Spark, for a gift. She stopped by, Kevin, yesterday. Dreamweaver stopped by the show for a brief moment yesterday. She's doing all right. No, Salt Lake City flights. That was a joke. So the Poseidon, though, if Madman is interested, the Poseidon's hanging out today. I don't know if it's going flying, but it's hanging out. So welcome in, everybody. Episode 518 of Love Field here in, I joke, Miami, Florida, because it's so hot and humid. But it's actually Dallas, Texas. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Matthew, I'm thinking about you. And you're welcome to message or email me if you'd like somebody to talk to. Got an Embraer Phenom and then the FlexJet Legacy. Next up, taking off, we'll be Southwest 1310 to El Paso. Parker, you're welcome to the show yourself. I say hello. Up in the garage. Adios to El Paso. Probably about an hour and a half flight. Maybe an hour 15. G'day. we should make a Facebook page. Pip's Pipe Organs and Jets, y'all. What's up, guys? Happy Friday if you're just joining us. I gotta get, so this is my full-time job, so I'm gonna try and be on as much as I can because I gotta figure out how to survive. So thank you, everybody who contributed yesterday. Thank you, Tim Arnold, this morning, and Mark Bright Spark and Dubby with your jewels. Look at this private jet climbing higher and higher. Hi, Roblox. Maybe we could get a little, so winds are very light today, which is nice, but also hot and humid. W says, I think today is the busiest flight day for AA of the summer. Wow. I wouldn't have thought that, but interesting. 5 flights per minute. Wow. 5 flights per minute. Airports around the world. W representing AA. NetJets Embraer Phenom taking off. Runway 13 left. Is headed to, let's tell you, is headed to destination unknown. But we do have an inbound arrival from Nashville, a Gulfstream G280. Certainly feels like Miami. No, W, we were just making the comment because on Monday, the Alaska flight from Seattle blocked the A380 from landing on the west side. So it landed on the east side. So we're upset with Alaska right now. Hi, Reinhard Neer. What's up? Welcome in. We're kind of upset at Alaska right now. We're kind of upset at Alaska right now, Debbie. That's true. That's not a bad suggestion, El Toro. Pips, Pipers, and Jets. What's up, Feather Jensen? How's Yuma today? Bet you're probably getting some rain, hopefully. We've got Jet Suite X taking off here in just a minute. It looks like one of their specials. So, thank you so much for everybody joining in. We'll have lots of action for you. Lots of Southwest and Jet Suite action and private jets. Air King Flyer tuning in. Oh, yeah. Yeah, please do, Dub. Plan that in the future. Doggone it. Well, you know, you gotta text me if you're gonna plan, so then I can schedule a show for you. All right, so this is a special livery. I've never seen this one before, so let's see it.
Well, isn't that special?
From Jet Suite X. I'm interested to see what this is like, what it looks like. Where the pets go. Is this a Petco sponsored jet? Interesting. Well, that's interesting, folks. Welcome, 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 everybody. Hope you enjoyed our World Cup show Tuesday night. We had private jets aplenty. It just wouldn't stop. All right, Debbie says, I'm in the office basically all of August. Monday afternoon, Dublin and Athens will be on the west side since I work Sundays. All right, sounds good. I'll plan for that, sir. Might be kind of hot, but we'll see what we can do. With the heat returning next week, Dub, I might go back to night ops next week, but we'll see. I know Dublin shows up later in the afternoon, and so does Athens, so that's promising. Grumpy, what's up? How's it going? Welcome into Love Field. I don't know if the Poseidon's going to be flying today, but it is at least parked outside. Travis, thank you so much. And Travis telling us that it is the Petco livery, so either sponsored or a corporate jet. Probably sponsored, I think. But Jet Sweet X trying to figure out how to make money anyway how. I've said for a long time that they should allow advertising, or airlines should do advertising on the overhead bin space. Well, Tim, that sounds good. I hope it does rain for you. That would be nice. Thank you, Kevin. Maybe we'll get lucky and it'll take off today, like we did Tuesday night. One of these days we're going to get Royal Jordanian. I would love to sponsor a jet, Travis. I would love to sponsor a jet. That's what I'm saying, Dub. I don't know why they don't do it. I wonder if there's like an FAA restriction, because every time I walk in a plane, I'm like, you know what? This would be great advertising space. Well, that wouldn't be the first time that, Debbie, that you made millions off of me, especially the Fantasy Football League, when you all colluded against me. Just to make sure I didn't make the playoffs. There's no denying that. Ritzy, what's up, Ritzy Mink? Hello. Yeah, we got a couple of special liveries over there at Jet Suite X. We're in Dallas Love Field. Always at Dallas Love Field. Southwest Airlines 737 taking off. I miss the Viper. Yeah, I do kind of miss the F-16s, Kevin. But, you know. Yeah, I know it's been smoky because of the wildfires up there in Chicago, Ritzy Mink. Roblox, I'm doing all right. I didn't sleep too hot tonight, but, you know, I'm here at least in the shade, so that's nice. Hey, listen, it is not the position of the non-commissioner to prevent trades, man. And besides, Barkley got injured, so Morgan would have been out of luck. Or maybe, yeah. So I would have been out of luck, so it wouldn't have mattered anyways. So big deal. Big deal. Yeah, I really should... I bet it's smoky. It's probably like barbecue smoky. Barbecue smoky out there. All right, our next departure looks like it should be DAL Falcon 900EX, DAL Falcon EX. But it looks like a little private plane before that. Lattice, actually. All right, thanks Ritzy Mink for stopping by, leaving a like, and for those just joining in, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Welcome in, everybody. Got a little break in the action here. Air King Flyer says it has been horrible here in mid-Michigan for the past couple of days. Reminds me of COVID because there is no one outside. I bet. Yeah, and it hasn't been a whole lot of fun for a lot of people. Hope that we can provide support to get those wildfires under control. Because, yeah, it's certainly rough up there in Canada. A lot of wooded areas, too. Lot of wooded areas. Poll question for today. Let's go with a good poll question for today. We'll do one. All right, our poll question for today. Which large hub airport is the most boring in the USA for plane spotting? Baltimore, Dallas, Charlotte, or Salt Lake City. I'm not going to hide. I said we'd do Love Field, and doggone it, we're doing Love Field. We are providing a public service. Yes, Kevin, I see your messages. I don't know what they mean, though. So Dallas Love Field has a total of 3 airlines: Delta, Southwest, and Jet Suite X. That's it. This is the fundraiser portion of the program, Debbie. Dan Reeves checking in. Simple answer: which airport has the most 737 flights? Well, we're pretty close. I'll have to look at that, Dan. That's a good observation. That is a good observation. Well, Debbie, as you know, there's ways to give via YouTube Super Chat, PayPal, or GoFundMe. Or you can Venmo me, because I know you Venmo Morgan for fantasy football, or did. Ha! If you didn't know, folks, Debbie is one of my former co-workers. Roger that, Tim. Good morning, Yin. How are things on the West Coast? I'm just happy to be here. And I'm happy that Parker is here, and Tim Arnold is here, and Debbie is here, and Kevin is here, and Yin, El Toro, Air King Flyer. Do you even have any hair left? You know, I thought you were shaving your head when we worked together. Hey, but Debbie, you have always been the most consistent former coworker to tune into the show, and we are grateful for that. That was Southwest 3906 from San Diego. Thank you. Appreciate that. I mean, Morgan doesn't even tune in. It's ridiculous. You guys both work overnights. And he has some excuse about being a father or something. PayPal probably. Either or. PayPal or Venmo are the same. Parker says we can shut down the poll right now. The answer is Baltimore. Either or. I think Venmo takes nothing right now. Mark Bright Spark says, Parker, LOL, just guess what sounded least good being in the UK. So yeah, Dallas Love Field only has 3 airlines. I think Charlotte has 13. Salt Lake City has 14 different airlines. Baltimore, I think, is like 13 or 14. So if you're not in the United States, there's been a lot of wildfires in Canada, and so a lot of the smoke from those wildfires, due to the jet stream, is just flowing on down to the United States, like Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan, the entire East Coast. So it's been tough. So I feel very fortunate that we have clear visibility today. Very fortunate. We got ourselves some good action. Oh, another special livery. Look at this. From good old Jet Suite X. When it gets cooler, yeah, we'll probably go to Houston, Kevin. I was actually thinking about it last night, and then I looked at the forecast. So when it gets cooler, for sure. The 250th anniversary livery from Jet Suite X. Pretty nice. All right, deal. All right, I appreciate that, Debbie. We'll send that sucker over. It's also in the description. The link should be in the description. Appreciate it, sir. Oh, Dan says there's been some wildfires in Wales and Scotland. Yeah, I used to dispatch this plane. This is this is like November 632 Alpha Echo. All right, I will text you the link, Debbie. And then I'm sure I'll get spammed by a lot of different people. Local time 11:56. Yeah, Scott, I am able to breathe. Clear visibility. I feel very fortunate. Independence 1, huh, Tim? Well, the last time we tried to catch Independence 1, it landed on the other side, so I don't trust ATC here. Broke my heart once. So that Charlotte arrival, Feather, looks like it'll land on the south side.
Go for it.
But we do have the Jet Suite X special livery going to Gunnison in just a moment here. So we'll get a nice look at it up close and personal. America 250 livery. We'll just be broadcasting till we feel like we've accomplished the work for today. Today's goal is to see if we can catch Royal Jordanian. That is still our goal. Royal Jordanian, catching Royal Jordanian. Penn, what's going on? Scott Cooper says the air was disgusting. Glad you enjoyed it. All right. Special delivery going off to Gunnison, Colorado.
Well, isn't that special?
Christian Christensen says Flight American 2286, which is, of course, this flight since we're at DFW. Yeah, that's a pretty sharp looking living, Travis. I like it. They actually have their retro here too, so 3 special liveries from Jet Suite X might be headed out. Thank you, everybody, for liking and subscribing. Done with physical therapy and radiation. Now I can chill and ask dumb stuff. Sweet. Penn says, I got back from California. I visited San Francisco, Oakland, Burbank, and LAX. San Diego has some good plane spotting. It sure does. I miss San Diego. 100%. I would love to get back there. Would love to. Whoa, look at that, Dubby, with a $30 super chat. Thank you so much, Dubby. Appreciate that.
Might want to think about dropping him a thank you note.
Thank you very much, Dubby. Appreciate that, man. Many thanks. And I think I'm going to save that to go towards our timeshare in Anchorage. I'm just going to start texting you timeshares in Anchorage. Thank you so much, Dubby, for your generosity. Keep up the good work. Lunch on Dub. Thank you so much. Carolina Aviation checking in. I was just about to send you a message, Carolina Aviation. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. BWI is not boring. Well, Scott, I'm going to have to change my opinion because, yeah, since we got rid of Alaska, I think there may be some truth. We do have another arrival, though, and things will get busier as the afternoon goes on here at Love Field, our friendly neighborhood Dallas Airport. Southwest 2939 from Milwaukee on a 737-800. Oh, Milwaukee, that sounds familiar. I think I was there once. So that's what I got to do this weekend, is send out some more job applications. That or just broadcast nonstop. Maybe I should broadcast tomorrow and then Sunday evening. Got to build the channel. That's right, you did, Scott. Grumpy. That's a good one. Thank you for that generous contribution, Tim Arnold, and thank you, Dubby, via PayPal. All right, moving on up. It was crazy here on Tuesday night. We had private jet after private jet after private jet due to the World Cup semifinal on Tuesday. Booyakacha, 2 days in a row. Hola, stay cool. I know, Booyakacha, until I can find a job, a full-time gig, I may have to go to Best Buy or something. But this is my job. This is how I support myself, and for now, I had some money saved up, but yeah. Look like this guy is waiting for parking. Guess there's a tie-up in parking, or there's no parking.
No parking!
That's right, no parking.
No parking!
Oh man. A nice Friday. I just thought we'd switch it up a little bit and come to Love Field. I was at DFW 3 days this week. That's a lot. I wish they had like 2 spotting areas, one on the east side and one on the west side, or one on the south side of the west part of the airport. That would be awesome. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, liking, and subscribing. We are waiting for this Milwaukee inbound to find a gate. And also, I created a new, Kevin Stanhope, hello. I created a new membership level, and get this is very exciting. If you were in the United States, I got to figure out how much the shipping will be in the UK and Canada. But if you join this jump seat membership class, you will get a free t-shirt. It is $24.99 a month, so basically your first month gets you a free t-shirt to say thank you for your amazing support. I don't know of any other channel that's going to give you a free t-shirt for supporting the channel. So if you look in the join section there, I have created a new membership level, and for $24.99 a month, your first month, you will get a new t-shirt, and every year you will get a new t-shirt on your anniversary. A free t-shirt, including shipping even, if you are in the United States. Now, the only catch is you have to email me your username, your real name, your address, and I will order the t-shirt, and you have to pick out the t-shirt and size. So I don't know of too many channels that will give you a brand new t-shirt supporting the channel. So yes, Eddie, what's going on, man? How are you? Eddie says, I finished cutting the grass and weed eating in 101 heat index. Now, I told you I would be here this afternoon, and here I am. You're the best, Eddie. That's why Brian and I love you so much. Scott Kuiper says, honestly, I voted for Charlotte. It would be better if you could see all the runways. They have everything split on so many runways, and the good stuff is often on the one you can't see. All true statements, Scott Kuiper. Excellent point and observation. So yes, going forward, we have a new membership level. It's called the Flight Deck Jump Seat level. And it's $24.99 a month. And when you join, you get a brand new t-shirt free. And you get one on your anniversary. If you join for the entire year continuously, you get a free t-shirt each year. So I'd say that's pretty awesome. And you support the channel very much, and we greatly appreciate all your generosity and kindness. So it's $24.99 a month. All you have to do is, if you join, email me your name, address, and pick the shirt of your choice and size, and I will order a new t-shirt for you. Just like that. Pretty good deal. All right, we got another Jet Suite X special livery, the retro now going, taking off.
Well, isn't that special?
This will be our third special livery of Jet Suite X going to Houston Hobby. Buyukacha says extra, 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 extra small. Is this for your... Is this for the daughter? Another retro livery. Okay. Roger that. Roger that, Buyukacha. So thank you everybody joining in. We got a flex jet that's getting ready to take off. The Poseidon is here hanging out. Really appreciate your kindness and support. Yeah, I would definitely hand deliver the shirt. Yeah, you know, I've been waiting for an invite, Dubby. I actually think I need to order all the shirts and just show them to you in person, or show you on the show, because the shirts are available for sale. All right, we've got Southwest Airlines, Southwest 2595, waiting to take off going to Baltimore. Where's Melanie? Let's do it. Let's go to Baltimore. Tim Arnold sent a gift, sent a clutch for 30 joules. Thank you, Tim. Tim sent a gold coin for 30 joules, 10 joules. Exciting Baltimore. For sure. For sure. Thank you. Booyakacha, I missed what would be on the t-shirts, but what if you made the t-shirt with the viewer's choice of airport and the image was like what you do for the live videos here on YouTube, if that makes sense? We could look at doing that. I guess I need to make some more t-shirts. Not a bad suggestion. I think I can make that work. I will get to designing. We've got some of the t-shirts on display in the description, or should be below the view, below the YouTube if you're on the desktop version. I don't know if the shirts show up in the mobile version. Because they should trust me, Scott is an excellent expert. Dubs says, Pip and the Moose from Anchorage with some heavies, please, for Anchorage. I could do that. Matt the Moose t-shirt. Oh, I know, yeah. We've done a live stream. Pipes, Organs, and Jets All. We've done a live stream at Kansas City. All right, we'll see what we can come up with Anchorage. Mattman, nice to see you. Is FlexJet landing here on 13 left? J. Raul Corta from Anna, Texas. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for liking and subscribing, everybody. FlexJet Challenger. We'd see a lot of these in Tucson. You can actually, Scott, you can fly direct from Anchorage to DFW, although I think it's only seasonal. Dubby can probably confirm that, but I believe the American flight from DFW to Anchorage is only seasonal. So it doesn't do it in the fall or the winter. And I like going in the fall. I know it's cold, but man, like the weather was perfect. It was really pretty solid. It was in like the mid to upper 30s, light snow, light winds. It was great. Doesn't bother me. During the year, though, like during the winter months, I think it's like Seattle, maybe Denver, maybe, are the only year-round. I don't think, and then Anchorage out of Phoenix, I believe, is year-round. For American Airlines, excuse me, I should specify. Hey, and we've got an arrival here. Our next arrival is Southwest 22 is 737 MAX 8 from Houston Hobby. W says American DFW goes all year round, but like 6 to 8 weeks between late January and March. Okay. Roger that. Thank you, W. So if we went in October again, that would work. Maybe this weekend what I need to do in addition to job applications is also plan our trip to Australia next year for the channel. I could hop a cargo plane. I don't think I can. I don't think they would take me. When I was a flight dispatcher, I could definitely jump a cargo plane. But, yeah, not usually. Hey, Melina! What's up, Melina? How's it going? Glad you enjoyed the poll. I'm just trying to make a lemonade out of lemons here. All right, Scott Kuiper. W says American $395 and $1355 from DFW. Sunaham, good day to you. Hello from down in South Africa. Yeah, Melina, we only have 3 airlines that fly here, so just trying to make lemonade out of lemons. This in from Houston Hobby. Matt, I see the Poseidon out here. It's just hanging out. I don't know if it's going to go out today or if it just needed some sunshine. Yeah, it's the Southwest show here, Melina. It is the Southwest show all the time. Our next arrival is Southwest 875 from Phoenix on a 737-800. Now, to be fair, I actually like Love Field here. It's just we need some more airlines for plane spotting variety. Although on Tuesday we had a ton of jets. It definitely was, Scott Kuiper. There were all shapes and sizes. All shapes and sizes. All shapes and sizes. I've determined that we need to start our own soccer federation because everybody's corrupt and makes millions of dollars. Looks like we got some action waiting to get into a gate. Looks like we've got an issue.
No parking!
No parking, they say.
Boring.
That's right, Melina. Brand new airline. Brand new. If I'm still here when a Velo starts flying to McKinney, we'll make sure and broadcast that. Next arrival right here, Southwest 1487 from Chicago Midway on a 737-700. You know, you got to keep things funny and fresh, Pipes. Got to keep it funny and fresh. W, man, I'm sad they have that job opening at Anchorage, but it's only for Alaska residents. So I keep waiting to see a job opening at Anchorage for all residents or all people. I can understand why, because it's so expensive to relocate up there. Next departure, rolling down the runway, is Southwest 4327 headed to Kansas City. Pipes. Phoenix to Anchorage. Yeah, I bet that's fun. How are the, speaking of that, Dub, how's the ozone limitations for flying up to Anchorage? Do you have to fly like at 300 in the wintertime? Dispatching for Customs and Border Control? Not a bad suggestion. Yeah, that would be cool. That'd be interesting, for sure. Nice little flurry of action here. Thank you, everybody, for liking and subscribing, tuning in. The Airbus have ozone scrubbers, so ozone isn't an issue, but it is on Chicago to Anchorage 737. Interesting. W giving us all the knowledge today from inside the IOC or the SOC. 737. That's interesting. So I wonder what Southwest does, because with their Denver and Las Vegas flights up to Anchorage, that might get interesting. Maybe not so much, but possibly. Eddie says, actually, it's 109 heat index here. What's the temp there? Temperature here, I'd say it's like 88. But I'm also in the shade. So, let's see, Eddie. Temperature currently 90 degrees, overcast, dew point 73, humidity 59%. What does ozone do? What doesn't it do, Pipes? It affects everything, apparently. So I'm probably a little rusty on this, so I hope W can explain it. But basically, when you fly, sometimes, right, there's the ozone layer that's in the atmosphere, and that can kind of create issues as far as, oh wow, depending on how strong the ozone is, you can fly it up to like 4 hours like we could in MQ. Okay. Roger that. So basically the ozone layer is an issue if you stay above it for too long or you interact with it too long. It can create health issues, honestly. But I would defer to W because I'm a little rusty on the ozone stuff. Looks like ops escorting and net jets. W says ozone is like something with the air. It can give you issues breathing, burn your eyes, etc., give you migraines. Yeah. Yep. So it has the ozone layer. If you're flying through it or near it, you can have health issues with it. What's up, Uncle Plane Guy? Do I have plans tomorrow? I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead. Maybe we'll go to DFW at night. I don't know. I usually take Saturdays off. We'll see. Always learning here. I wonder what that red plane is, if that's anybody special. Let's go, Southwest, get rolling down the runway. Roger Williams says we're dealing with the Canadian wildfire smoke here in southeast Michigan. John, what's going on? Debbie says, I forgot the exact reasons, but it is known to affect mostly flight crews, no passengers, since they are in ozone more. So, yeah, I kind of figured, Dub, I kind of remembered it was mostly dealing with flight crews and such, like extended exposure. Yep. That's exactly right. Tim, do I plan on traveling anytime soon? No. Because I'm broke. Since this is my only source of income right now. And thank you everybody who's been generous enough to contribute and join as members or send super chats. I appreciate you greatly. Tim, I guess I can talk about it a little bit more, but I actually had plans from July 6th up to October 31st to travel across America and broadcast across America. So we would have visited Chicago, O'Hare, Midway, Milwaukee, Grand Rapids, Detroit. Then we would have gone over to Pittsburgh, and then Boston for several weeks, then down to New York City for several weeks, JFK, Newark, LaGuardia, Teterboro, even Albany maybe, and then down through DC, Philadelphia, and over to Nashville, Memphis, Louisville, and then up to Chicago again, and then back down to Dallas. And then I would have broadcasted from here from November through, I don't know, March, and then go on the road again. So yeah, Tim, I did have big plans, but I was going to do it, and I had been given the go-ahead, but then I spent $800 going up to Milwaukee, and that kind of took a big chunk of change out because I had some money to start traveling, but I was hoping that obviously by broadcasting almost every day that, I would build up steady income. But now not so much, so that may still happen, but right now it's on hold, Tim. So to answer your question, no. John Carter says, traveling in Rome for less than 100 days. That sounds awesome. Oh, cool. Uncle Plane Guy, I might check that out. That's awesome. If you use any AI, just ask what the ozone exposure on flights, and it's there. Okay. Good to know. Oh, the WWE's in town. It looks like one of those aircraft. All right. Well, that makes sense, John. Finally going to Kansas City here. Yeah, I had it all planned out. I still have hotel rooms reserved. Mike Wick says hello from north of the border, and it may still happen. It just may not happen as quickly as I had planned. So I had it all planned out. I had budgeted everything. I had budgeted revenue, food, everything, my bills, and budgeted everything, and just had to postpone it. So it was in the works. So soon enough, oh, Dubby. Oh, Debbie. Well, now that you were so generous with that contribution, now I can line up the ladies. What's up, Randy? Mike is kind enough to apologize for the smoke. Thank you, Mike. Gulfstream. Oh, we got a Gulfstream landing that is from the factory. A test flight, I believe. Arriving right now here. Or it says, we'll see. G280 is an interesting aircraft here, Gulfstream. It does not look like the conventional Gulfstream. It looks more like a Citation. But I've seen quite a few of them flying. Woo! Sorry, I was readjusting the tripod. All right, we've got another Gulfstream taking off, it looks like. Yeah, I know, John. We were talking about that. Not quite as busy as Tuesday night, no. Well, remember, Pipes, that on descent, it's more so when you're on higher altitudes. The ozone is not so much at lower altitudes, but higher altitudes. So, like, depending on your the time of the year, I mean, it's in like 30,000 to 40,000 feet. Next departure scheduled, Southwest 4579 to Midland. An hour flight. Getting ready to roll. If you're just joining us, thank you for being a part of the action here on Pip's Planespotting Live from Love Field. This is our community service portion of the broadcast, sharing all different airports, shapes and sizes. Thank you, everybody, liking, hitting that thumbs up button. Thank you, W and Tim Arnold. Timmy! All right, we're headed off to Midland. Got the go-ahead to go to Midland, Texas. If you've been to Midland, it's definitely an experience. That's oil country right there. Midland, Odessa area, that's oil country. Thanks to Parker and Mattman for being our moderators today. And Eddie as well. What's up from Midland? We just sent you a flight, Renee. We just sent you a Southwest flight. So you're welcome and good to see you, by the way. I'm happy to have you here. What can I show you that's interesting? Guess I can show you downtown Dallas. So this is the airport you want to fly into if you want to be closer to downtown Dallas. There's downtown right there. That's where the Dallas Stars, the Dallas Mavericks play at American Airlines Arena for now. Both teams are planning to leave downtown, though. Ups. I still think that Alaska should send Hawaiian here to fly Hawaiian flights from Love Field, but that's just my 2 cents. Carter asked, Pip, what's your favorite airport and least favorite airport? Ooh, well, that is a good question, Carter. I guess, is it your favorite airport to fly into or to plane spot from? That's my first question to you. Is it plane spotting or is it to fly into and out of? All right, we got some private jet action. It's a Dassault Falcon 900. To plane spot at. Oh, okay. Carter asks, what is my personal favorite airport to plane spot at? I should tell you, Carter, I do have some experience in this field. I've plane spotted from, I want to say, over 70 airports. Maybe. I always thought the W that are 13 right runway was 8,700 feet and was good enough for that. Mr. Diamond, what's up? How's Burbank? Graham, how's it going? Graham's mom, hey. Thanks for joining us, Graham's mom. A friend of Portillo's is always a friend of me. So, Carter, I would say my personal favorite airport that I've plane spotted from is... Probably... Dang, now I gotta think about this. So many favorites. My least favorite one to plane spot from... I'm sorry. The first one that comes to mind is Dallas Love Field, just because there's only 3 airlines that fly here. But if you love Southwest, man, this is your airport. So besides Dallas Love Field, my least favorite airport to spot at is... I know which one it is. It's Denver. Denver is my least favorite because... The airport is so spread out. You can maybe see action on 1 or 2 runways at most, and there's no like plane spotting park or any place close to the runways, so you have to have a really, really good zoom. Thank you so much, Graham's mom. And you can, and for everybody watching, you can join Premium Economy and get the full coveted suite of emojis for 99 cents. But yeah, I would say Denver. And Denver is probably not my favorite to fly in either. So yeah, I'll go Denver for my least favorite. My favorite would probably be... I would say San Francisco. I will say something different. I will say San Francisco. Because even though San Francisco is expensive to stay at for a hotel, but if you fly on the weekends, it's much, 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 much cheaper to stay. But I would say San Francisco right now. Yeah, I'll say San Francisco. Chicago O'Hare is pretty high up there, but You know, you can stay at a hotel in San Francisco and be right there for all the plane spotting along the nature trail, and it's pretty. And there, of course, there's a lot of variety. The only challenge is the 2.8s are kind of far away, so you need a big zoom lens. But San Francisco would be pretty solid. Carter says least favorite flying into and out of would be Denver, Houston, SeaTac, or Philly. I would probably agree with all of those. Well, you know, the president flies the 747 in here a lot of times, Debbie. So they can handle a 747. I would wonder what their grouping standards are, though, because obviously they're group standards for runway construction and taxiway. But yeah, I would say, Carter, my least favorite to fly into would probably be Houston. No, not Houston, Denver. Seattle would be high, and then Charlotte also would be high on my list. Charlotte would also be high on my list. But I think Seattle or Denver would be higher than that. So yeah, to recap, my favorite plane spotting airport, we'll say San Francisco. My least favorite, what did I say? Denver. Oh yeah, true, Anchorage. I didn't think about Anchorage. Yeah, I would still probably say yes, Debbie. The hotels are right there. You can walk out your hotel room and be on the nature trail right along the coastline. You can walk to the In-N-Out. It's like a mile away. There is an awesome seafood restaurant that's kind of pricey, but you can walk to that as well. So yeah, I will say San Francisco over Anchorage, Debbie. Scott Kuiper says, don't like flying through Atlanta. I can totally see that. I think I just haven't flown through Atlanta that much, Scott Kuiper. Rainy Cajun making an appearance. No profanity. Debbie. It's a family show. But yeah, I would probably say, yeah, I would give the edge to San Francisco over Anchorage. Because you don't have to rent a car to go plane spotting at San Francisco. Carter says Anchorage has Chillicoot Charles. It also has Matt the Moose, the friend we met when we were in Anchorage. I mean, San Jose is fine. I guess you could say San Jose could be one of the most boring airports because in the last 7 years, they've lost Lufthansa, ANA, Hainan Airlines, and British Airways. Anchorage Views and Heavies and the Bear Claw for dinner in Tudor, and third, it's a must-try. I didn't try that last time I was there. I went to, what was the other one I went to? It was really good. It had halibut. It was really fresh. But Anchorage would be up there for sure. I love going to Anchorage. I did, Carter, I made a list and I ranked the airports for plane spotting as far as like the actual plane spotting. I think Charlotte I ranked at number 1. Grand Rapids was number 2. That's right. We need to get the chainsaws up there, Parker. For Seattle. Busy Friday for Jet Suite X. For just joining us, thank you for being a part of the action on this Friday here. Episode 518 from Dallas Love Field. Well, if you'd like to, Feather Jensen, if you'd like to pay $300 a night for a hotel, you can do that. I prefer not to. And the TWA Hotel, they also have... in their special instructions, they say you have to be approved to live stream. So, I don't know that TWA is all that spectacular. Honestly, W, I'm kind of surprised they don't. I'm kind of surprised they don't for like summer routes. That would make sense, flying the Dreamliner up from Anchorage to Seattle and back, or Seattle to Anchorage and back. It's not a super long flight, so your crew cost would be relatively low, but you'd have more of them. They probably don't have the gates, the size. Well, that's not true because they do handle Condor in the summer. So, I guess theoretically they may be able to. That's an interesting question there, Dubby. Yeah, I know, Parker. That explains why I never go to New York. I always that's why I never go to New York. Because $300 isn't bad. I would stay out in like Garden City or even out on Long Island. Well, that's great, Feather, but what? When I was Anchorage, my first time, United diverted to Anchorage for a medical on a 787. When I was in Anchorage, Delta diverted for a medical on an A350. I remember that. Yeah. Scott says, TWA is a great place to plane spot. Maybe not to live stream. It is pricey, but there aren't many better views, and you can get a runway view room, which is really cool. Well, you can get a runway view room from the Grand Hyatt in Dallas or the Hyatt Regency. You can also get a runway view at the Renaissance at Atlanta, which is cheaper than New York. So I get you. I just don't like paying $300 for a room. Yeah, I remember when we were up in Anchorage, our last day, it was the morning that I was supposed to leave. Delta had diverted an A350 that was from Minneapolis going to, I think, Seoul, and they diverted for medical reasons. I mean, you're making a lot of great points for Anchorage. and TWA for sure. I just know I could stay for half as much out on Long Island. And then just take the Long Island Railroad in and take the air train. But I get it. Oh, nice. Carter flew the Alaska Air a lot back in the 90s, usually on the MD-80s when I was stationed in Fairbanks. Oh, now there's a tough guy right there. Carter, being stationed in Fairbanks. How long were you in Fairbanks for? Nice toasty winter. So we spent 3 days, well, technically I guess it would be 2 days and like an hour at DFW this week, broadcasting. This is our Second Love field show. We've been on the air pretty much every day this week, even on Wednesday when it was only for like 25 minutes because of the thunderstorms. I don't know that we'll be broadcasting tomorrow per se. Sunday evening we might, and then I think the next week we'll probably go to evenings because the temperatures are going to be warming up. I don't think that if they, that's a good question. I don't know, Uncle Blank Guy with their Dash 8s. Well, I did see the Blue Angels maneuver over the beach. Ilson Air Force Base, 3 years. Wow. Jim Rockford, what's going on? Ilson Air Force Base in Fairbanks. Wow. Just enough time to slow down and exit off here on Mike 2. Well, thank you for your service, Carter. I kind of wanted to go up to Fairbanks. I definitely would probably say yes to an Anchorage job. Oh, okay. Well, I'll look at that, Kevin. I have not heard that. We have a Challenger and a Gulfstream waiting to take off down at the end of 13 left. Scott says, want footage of me outside at Anchorage in January. If you help raise money for the hotels, I will do it. I mean, this is my income, so I don't follow the traditional. This is like PBS. This is Pip's broadcasting station. So all of our contributions go straight to the channel. But looks like our Gulfstream is taxiing on to runway 13 left for departure. And yeah, I would do it, Scott, if we can raise the money for the hotels. I mean, I will bring layer upon layer upon layer. Yeah, and don't forget my countless girlfriends, Debbie. Oh, when I get a job in Anchorage, okay. A job in Anchorage. I'm sure it'll be, Scott, I'm sure it'll be just like Tucson, where it was hot and miserable instead it'll be cold and miserable the first year, and then I'll get used to it the second year. Carter says, I loved Fairbanks. Area winters are rough if you work outside. I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm saying. I have no idea what you're talking about, Dub. I haven't been on a date in like a year. 81 likes. Thank you, Matt, man. Thank you, everybody, hitting that thumbs up button, liking, and subscribing. Don't the men severely outnumber the women in Alaska? That could be an issue. It very well could be an issue, yeah. And my closest major city is a 3-hour flight away to Seattle or Vancouver. No, I did not. I mean, I tolerated it this year, Scott, but I certainly didn't appreciate it. That is, yeah. It's an acquired taste. W, you crazy guy. You crazy guy. Finland would be perfect. I've thought about going and working at the airport in Svalbard, Norway, Pipes. They do 7 men to a woman. Oh, man. Oh, man. Nah, Anchorage not looking so good now, Carter. Oh, boy. That is dicey. And that's a little dicey. Yeah, I don't remember the magazine's single people ever ranking Alaska as the top place to find and meet singles. But hey,
I've never even been to the airport but about twice in my life.
Oh, it's a real magical place.
Yeah, all those planes landing and taking off and such.
No, Rio.
Oh, Rio. Yeah.
I mean, at least the airport there is a magical place. Oops. Falcon coming in from Amarillo. I see it, Uncle Plane Guy. I see it. That was from the movie Masterminds, by the way, if with Zach Galifianakis, Owen Wilson, Kristen Wiig. It's what we call drops, little sound bites. See the little Falcon's third engine. Beautiful. Old school jet. Lots of jets on Tuesday. Yeah, all these landman flights from the oil fields. Yep. Wasn't Chad a landman or something, W? Our old friend from Envoy? We've got a Southwest flight getting ready to roll. Let's do it. It is taking off to Phoenix on a 737-700. Damon says good evening. Hello, Damon. Lovely to see you, sir. All right, Pipes, we'll see you later. Have a great one. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, good old Chad. Dubby, didn't you serve in the Army? I think I'm just gonna ask the oh no, wait. We got Southwest 910 from Austin on a 737-700 landing next. Got a nice breeze today. It's not too bad. Jesus, good afternoon to you. I saw. Got it, Dubby. I saw the Japan Airlines flight taking off late last night. Good to see you, Jesus. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, we could go up to Oklahoma City. That's not too far of a drive. It's like 180 miles. But, yeah, I'll have to look at the how expensive flights are. I just want to fly somewhere cold. That's all. That's why I said we should plan a trip next summer to Australia and New Zealand. But every time I plan a trip, I get a job, so Trucker Norm's probably still mad at me for ditching out on Atlanta. Your favorite airport? Yours and mine favorite airport, W. Lawton. Representing the Army. Nice and chill. Nice and chill. Yeah? Go to Boise or Jackson Hole? Definitely Jackson Hole. I applied for a job in Jackson Hole, W. Never heard back. Damon Smith, who do you think will get the most orders at Farnborough next week? Yes, the air show. Plenty of military bases in Texas, hint, hint. There are. I do want to go see Dias or in Abilene. Fun fact, Lawton can handle a 777 in RC-70. What? That is a fun fact. Oh yeah, can't forget Little Rock. Little Rock on our way to Memphis. Scott Kuiper. Little Rock on our way to Memphis. I want to get back to Nashville again, too. I like Nashville going up to the top of the Hilton there. That was a good one. Oh, Carter, that's a good one. I like Nashville a lot because you can go up to the Hilton rooftop. And there's a restaurant up there, too. So, I'll put Nashville on that list, too. Dan Reeves, I've always said that we need to have a United States air show or convention like they do in Paris and Farnborough. Yeah, Memphis does require Kevlar. We did purchase those last time. Can't believe Lawton can handle a 777. Yeah, so Carter, we were in Memphis doing a live show, and I thought we'd drive over to Nashville for a few hours. And I was able to get to the top of the Hilton, the newly built Hilton Hotel that's right in the middle of the terminal. So you've got a fantastic view of the entire airport. And it was a little cold that day, and one of the runways was under construction. So when we go back, it'll be great. It will be fantastic. Matt Willis says, good evening to you. Hope your relatives got back safe and sound to their home last night. No, I did not buy a Kevlar vest. No, Scott Kuiper, I did not. No. The airport was super good to us, and so I'll try reaching out to them again. It worked out really well, too, because that was right around Christmas time, one of the busiest shipping times of the year, so we had a ton of action overnight. We were filling our brims with 777s and 767s and A300s and 757s. The MD-11s had not flown back into service, so that'll be cool to catch. Yeah, Dan, I said Farnborough. Farnborough. Well, thank you, Matt. Same to you. Glad to have you tune in. Oh, yeah, it was great. I even had a police officer check in on me, Scott Kuiper. So, yeah, it was great. I loved it. It was perfect. It was perfect. Our next departure here on runway 13 left here at Dallas Love Field is Southwest 1412 going to St. Louis. Richard says, good day from Eugene, Oregon. What is the current temperature? The current temperature is 66. Oh, that sounds celestial. You can get somewhere higher, but the parking garage has these giant fences around them, and just then these little, like 6-inch wide spaces, Scott. Going off to St. Louis, the Mississippi barbecue, the Cardinals. Yeah, with Memphis, they have these at the top level of the roof, Scott. They have these fences that are about, I'd say, from the wall, an extra, I'd say, 6 feet. And then in between them, they have about a 6 to 8 foot gap where you can sneak in a little camera lens, but it definitely limits the visibility. Glad to hear it, Matt. Glad to hear your family called and said they're good, safe, and sound. So for those of you who don't know, Dallas Love Field here is home of Southwest Airlines. Their corporate headquarters are across the street. They are one of 3 airlines that fly into Love Field. It's so sad to say, which is why I put them on the list of America's most boring airports for plane spotting. Southwest 4396 from Dallas to El Paso on an 800. 737-800 is next. So right now, Baltimore is still, Scott, the most boring airport in America, but not by much. Dallas Love Field is 33%, and Baltimore Marshall is 35%. So close. Close. But we're still having fun. We get some corporate jets mixed in. We have our own Poseidon hanging out with us that we see periodically taking off. Another departure. This is going to the El Paso, or the Pass. They're in southern Texas. I'm surprised El Paso doesn't have more flights, because Ciudad Juarez is like a city of over 1 million people. Carter asking a great question. Did I hear Southwest has plans on operations out of DFW in the future? They have talked about it, yes. They have certainly talked about it, Carter. I haven't heard anything specific. I will tell you that, well, Southwest Texas. Excuse me, Debbie. Not South Texas. Sorry. To my knowledge, they only have one Poseidon here. And then Carter, I haven't heard an official start date. I think one of the things they're waiting on is for the Terminal F to get done, a new concourse. Although with Spirit going out of business, I bet there's gate space that Southwest could move into, potentially. But yeah, they've talked about that for a while, and our friend Joe hasn't said anything, though. You can tell I didn't sleep well last night. It is kind of boxed in. Love Field, it kind of is. And it also, until recently, had the Ride Amendment, which limited the places that could airlines could fly and the number of gates. They are planning on doing a renovation or an addition. Bob Smith says hello from Brighton, England to Dallas Love Field. Hello, hello. Show mama. Dubby. I would say the average amount of departures or arrivals in an hour is probably about 12, 15, 10 to 15 here. They would like to do more flights. So it is 1:27 on Pip's Plane Spotting Live, episode 518. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Our next arrivals are, look, from Brownsville, Texas, Austin, Texas, Champaign, all private jets, and then Birmingham, Alabama, 737, and then Nashville at 2:15. Yeah, you know, Matt, that there's definitely something to that. Being so cheap, they didn't make any money. There was a point that once airlines got jumped on their low fares game, Spirit had no advantage. Race to the bottom is always a challenge. A race to the bottom is always a challenge. Oh, look at that. Dan Reeves checking it out. Storm Chaser Mark, how's it going? Kind of late to the party. Well, no worries. We're grateful you're here nonetheless. Dan Reeves says, according to Scramble, there are 5 P8s based at Dallas as part of the UpNav SDC Dallas. Well, there you go, Scott Kuiper. I only ever see one. So maybe the rest are hiding. So thank you, Dan Reeves, for that. Doing the research. So this is, it's funny because this is kind of like Chicago. Chicago Midway is mostly a Southwest Airport Airlines. And then O'Hare is the big international airport, just like DFW is the big international airport. So very similar. Let's see what's on the docket. Maybe we will do a show tomorrow. I don't know. All I know is it's pretty much like Florida here, hot and humid. I'm just grateful there's shade right here in the garage. Let's see Dallas-Fort Worth tomorrow. DFW. Tomorrow. Kind of like that, like Baltimore, Dulles, and Reagan. Do you know DFW is the third busiest airport in the world by passengers, and Chicago O'Hare? O'Hare is the number one busiest airport by traffic, total traffic. Blow your mind. I'm looking at Saturday's schedule for DFW. Huh. All right. Here's an interesting one. Royal Jordanian flies in at 7:05 on Saturday morning. Did anybody know that? That's interesting. Huh. It shows on the schedule at least. Maybe it's an error. But it says 7:05 Saturday morning. Royal Jordanian flies in. So that's interesting. Interesting. We'll check the weather tomorrow for Saturday. Dan Reeves says, I see the conga line for the Oshkosh arrivals has already started. Yeah, it's going to be tough, too, with the haze as well. Oh, goodness. Yeah, and it's kind of a quiet weather week, too. We had, in June, a lot of diversions. And overall in July, with the exception of DFW a couple days this week, it's been pretty quiet, other than those wildfires. I gotta bring a chair next time I come up here. I'll be right back. I'm breaking the first rule of broadcasting, chewing some gum. So there's our Poseidon. There are our private jets. There's FlexJet, another private jet operator, their signature. There's NetJets. There's Jet Suite X. And that's basically it. Most of the FBOs are on this side for Love Field. Of course, we're in the parking garage here. Oh, we got an arrival. Looks like a Phenom. Private jet. Looks like a Embraer Praetor? Or maybe Legacy. But a FlexJet nonetheless. FlexJet is the company name, just FYI. We got a departure headed our way. Locked out. Looks like going to Las Vegas. And then we got Southwest 4195 taxiing out, heading to Washington Reagan. Bringing you some action. Nice little breeze. It's honestly like right down the runway. right up my back. I'm kind of sad I'm not in Oshkosh, Dan, but I'm also, with all the visibility issues, I'm also not sad. Because if I had done my trip across America, I would have been in Chicago right now and be driving up with all that smoke. Hi, Robbie. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Thanks for everybody. Do I think I can do a Sunday show? I don't know. Sunday's typically a day of rest for me. We will see. This looks like a Southwest on a short final. See that? Yeah, they're a short final. They're going to make a final correction, a quick left turn, and beeper landing. Well, that's good. Yeah, yesterday was down to 1.25 miles up at Oshkosh. Southwest pilots hand flying with ease. I may have to do shows every day, Kevin. .91 and cloudy in Dallas sounds awesome. Hans, what's going on? The airport's never boring. Rainy Cajun, by the way, I made this just for you.
Boring. Boring.
That is just for you. All right, we've got our next departure to Washington Reagan. Love that wind. You said, and I quote, Embraer E175s are the worst. So I just thought I would make a sound effect similarly, since we're at Love Field with nothing but 737s. And it appears we have an arrival, a Citation Mustang. It's so small I can't even see it. There it is. Oh my gosh, Sandra, how's it going? How are ya? Great to see ya. Well, see, you missed the show yesterday, Rainy Cajun. I was doing you a solid. This guy catchers. Ouchie, the canker sore. Well, you know what works good for a canker sore? Baking soda. Baking soda works good for a canker sore. Texas Girl says hello from San Antonio. What is up, Texas Girl? She is helping with the troops. Thanks for tuning in. Yep, Sandra, it most definitely works. It most definitely works. A little bit of baking soda. Because if you have a canker sore, most times it's because of the acidity in your mouth. So the baking soda helps balance it out. Another flex jet. Looks like Challenger's firm landing there. Oh, don't know when you'll be back again. Just make San Antonio your second home, Texas Girl. I'm sure. All right, here comes our next Southwest. Hey, speaking of San Antonio, I believe we're sending this one down to San Antonio. Southwest, Airlines flight. Headed off on flight 1400 on a MAX 8. There you go, Texas Girl. Sandra saying, South Dakota saying, Sioux Falls Air Show is tomorrow. Thunderbirds are already here, as well as some other interesting planes. Well, that should be fun. Adios, muchachos, down to San Antonio. Yeah, that would be rough, Sandra. Like an old Dassault 50, Falcon 50. Oh, cool. Look at that, Sandra. You'll have some company with Texas Girl. You'll have some company. Texas Girl saying I'm flighting up to Sioux Falls on the 5th of August. Fun. All right, our next arrival is a NetJet Citation Latitude, and then I think this Southwest to Las Vegas will be taken off. Basketball. Matt Willis says Dallas Love Field, more of a private airport with limited public passage. No, it's just Dallas. This Dallas Love Field here is the closest to downtown Dallas. So a lot of the businessmen with private jets are stationed here. So if you want to go to downtown Dallas, this is the airport to do it. And Love Field is just predominantly a Southwest Airlines airport, is all it is. So Delta Airlines, Southwest, and Jet Suite X fly in here. So Southwest Airlines headquarters are just across the street, Matt. So this is kind of where the whole shebang-a-bang started. Well, that's not totally true, but definitely one of the early airports. The Texas Triangle between Houston, San Antonio, and Dallas. Good question. So we're headed to Las Vegas on this plane. I see where that is now. I dropped off a FIFA team there when you were where you are, Pip. Oh, nice. Very cool, Texas girl. Interesting. Interesting, Sandra. A Delta passenger flying to Dallas Love Field. All right, we're going to Las Vegas on this flight. Next. Max 8. 737 Max 8, that is. Carter, you know, I was thinking about it. I also think San Diego is a really great airport to spot from if you can get up on top of the Laurel parking garage. Booyakacha, I thought that was an A-10 Warthog for a second from a distance. Well, I was told our friend Aircraft Expeditions in Tucson says Davis Monthan won't have the A-10 for much longer. That would be a good mix-up. I don't know how I feel about no shade, though, Rainy Cajun and hot weather. All right, Sandra, we'll see you later. With the baking soda taking a nap. All right. Have a good nap. Have a good nap.
This much for you.
Thank you, Harry. That's for you, Sandra, as well.
How's your mother, by the way?
Well, she's doing good. Thank you. If you're just joining us, don't forget to like and don't forget to vote in our poll question. Which airport is the most boring airport in America? Major airports. So Baltimore with 36%, Dallas Love Field second with 31%. Then it's Salt Lake and Charlotte in basically a race for third. Does anybody else has any other major boring airports? Booyakacha says, I must compliment and like how you try and engage the audience too. That seems like it would be a great way to increase the audience. Keep in on that with that aspect. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you engaging with me. And yes, we do need to engage the audience. It is true. Watch yourself, Rainy Cajun. New Orleans is pretty tame. You better watch yourself. Mattman will have a word with you. Mattman has consistently requested New Orleans for some reason. I don't know why, but he consistently requests two airports, Rainy Cajun. New Orleans and San Juan, Puerto Rico. Yeah. So, New Orleans is hot on Matt Man's list. You know, I was thinking we should do the call-in feature. We would probably want a producer for that, and Rainy Cajun's too busy now working. But we can probably do a call-in feature. First time caller, long time listener. Would be interesting. Scott Kuiper says, I'd like to see OKC. Grumpy says, not fond of engagement, has cost me a lot of money. Whoa, Texas girl being so generous, gifting 20 memberships.
I want to think about dropping him a thank you note.
Thank you so much, Texas girl. Congratulations to everybody being gifted a membership by Texas girl. Mucho gracias, Texas girl, for your generosity. Every little bit helps. And she makes a big difference and makes the world a better place and the channel better. So thank you so much, Texas girl. Appreciate you immensely. Which Embry airplane is the best? Han says E135, E145, E190, E2, or E175. Parker says, Matt Man, my request of Guantanamo Bay has also gone ignored, so don't feel bad. Wait a minute, Parker. When did you request Guantanamo Bay? I don't ever remember that. I try, if reasonable, to make things happen, but that I don't know. I think that's a little spurious, sir. I don't remember a Guantanamo Bay request. That seems a little suspect, my friend. I don't remember that. Oh, he's back at one of the San Diego shows? Okay. Well, that's why I don't remember. It has been a while. Fair enough. Fair enough. Hey, by the way, I was just looking. We talked about going to Australia for 3 months next year. I can't even book a flight. American only has its schedule through May. Rainy Cajun says, Parker, I tried to get him to Pyongyang in North Korea, but no, not sure why Pip is so hesitant. Rainy Cajun, I figure with your connections, you could make it happen. If you spoke Farsi, that's not a bad idea. I've wanted to learn Farsi, Russian. I really should sign up. For those languages. That, and I need to get better at Spanish. If I went to North Korea to do a live stream, I can't imagine I would ever return. It would be a probably a one-way trip, I would think. If you started a GoFundMe for Pyongyang, then I'd maybe do it. Maybe I'd do it. Dan Reeves wouldn't mind a trip to Pyongyang personally. All those old Soviet aircraft are awesome. Except for the Cyrillic alphabet. If you're just joining us, welcome into Pip's Planespotting Live, episode 518 from Dallas Love Field. Apparently the viewers are trying to send me to Pyongyang, North Korea. Aviation Cat, Air Koryo. Carter says North Korea is beautiful this time of year. The one thing about North Korea, Carter, I will say, it probably doesn't change much. So you can expect the same. I wonder how they would feel about my meta glasses, having my sunglasses. Another Dassault Falcon, getting ready to take off. $900LX. We saw this land a little bit ago. Charles Griffith, how's it going? I live in Layton, Utah. Salt Lake International Airport is definitely not a boring airport. Thank you for tuning in, Charles. Yeah, I was, Salt Lake's not bad for sure. I wish we would get more international airlines. We need to get some more for you. Oh, yeah. Is that true, Scott? Well, now you're talking. What other... Okay, yeah, I could probably... You know what, Charles? I would replace Salt Lake City with San Jose, maybe. San Jose International Airport, because they've lost a lot of airlines. They're basically Southwest and Alaska. Southwest and Alaska. Still wouldn't say no to a one-star airline. That's, what a guy. Next is a Challenger 300 landing inbound. Aviation Cat. Aviation Cat shared those photos with us. We'll post those up soon. Says there's a nice mix of traffic in Richmond. I love that Rainy Cajun and Scott, and you guys are really looking out for me there. That's so nice. And you wonder why I hold you in such high regard. Thank you to Texas Girl and Dubby and Tim Arnold for your contributions. Very helpful supporting the channel. Hi, Ro. How's it going? Good day. Thanks, everybody. Welcome in. Hey, while we're at it, why don't you suggest South Africa too? And then Cuba, not... Actually, you know, maybe we could do Cuba. I wonder how relations are with Cuba. I mean, the Canadians fly to Cuba all the time. So maybe we could go down to Havana. If United States ever normalize relations. But just a thought, you know? Just a thought. Our old supporter Chantel Scott got shot in the leg once. That is correct. Yep, their flights Miami to Havana. I think also Tampa to Havana as well. Just bring a generator with you. Not a bad suggestion. Life. Ah, man, you guys love sending me down a one-way hole. Tehran. Honestly, let's check out Cuba for a second. Let's see what flies in there. Havana. All right, so we got Delta from Miami. All right, let's go back to the beginning of the day. So we have American from Miami. American from Miami, Viva from Cancun, Sky High from Miami, Punta Cana, Southwest from Tampa, Panama City from Copa, Wingo from Balboa, Bahamas from Nassau, Aeromexico from Mexico City, and Cubana from Madrid and Nueva Girona. So we got a few, not a lot, but a few from a few there in Havana. Yeah, they still have the Aleutian 96. Yep, they still fly that. In fact, Dan Reeves, on the schedule, it said the Aleutian 96 goes to Madrid. Is this a swear engine? If it is, look, it's our favorite swear plane. Look at this amazing plane. I can't believe this piece of and don't forget about that. How about that? Cool, cool. Oh, there you go. Grumpy says bring the old Ford and Chevy engine parts to trade with the locals. They're worth a fortune. Not a bad suggestion. Oh, is it a Merlin? I thought it looked like a swear engine. My bad. The Merlin. How about that? Swear engine Fairchild, swear engine Merlin. All right. T-Don G. What's up? Oh, that's the swear engine plane. That's the swear plane, Scott. That's the big old plane. That's this plane. It's the swear plane, man. That's funny. That's funny. It's the swear plane. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to Love Field. About 90 degrees, humid, and at least I'm in the shade. If DFW had a parking garage like this, I would never leave. I would stay forever. If you're just joining us on episode 518, don't forget to like and subscribe. Looks like a fuselage of toothpicks. Oh, wow. DFW's doing 3 wide. They're landing 777 on 17 left. How about that? Well, bam. Southwest Airlines Flight 910 to Louisville, and then Southwest 1317 from Dallas to Jacksonville are next. To depart. Well, you know, Rainy Cajun, I'm not as smart as you because you're old. So, I'm pretty sure you have like at least 12 years on me. So that's a lot of aviation knowledge. Hey, Scott Shaver, glad to hear I'm on today. Well, glad to be here. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, so I've learned a lot over the years, but I still have a long way to go. I would say that military is probably my weakest area of aviation knowledge. Like another Mustang taking off there, Citation Mustang. So yes, if you want to fly into Dallas, a lot of people fly into Love Field in their private jets. Like Tuesday was non-stop crazy busy. All right, Dan Reeves, roger that. I'm sure you got a bowl full of knowledge, head full of knowledge, Dan Reeves. Randy Agent says, learn most of my military history from author Tom Clancy. Looks like the Flex Jet's going to be out before the Southwest departures here on runway 13 left at Dallas Love Field. Right, Parker? It adds another 30 minutes to the flight. Landing on 17 left adds another 30 minutes to the flight. Guantanamo Bay. All right, let's see. I don't think there are very many airlines that fly into Tehran. Let's see. Tehran has Iran. Oh, let's go to the next day because it's almost Saturday there. Don't know that airline. Don't know that airline. Carter says, at some point in life, I probably put fuel on just about every piece of aircraft the Air Force, Navy, and USMC had. Oh, there you go. There's the man. I was stationed, I shouldn't say stationed, I worked in Tucson for the last 16 or 17 months. And I have seen an F-16, F-15, F-18, F-35, C-130, C-27. Then a C-17. Never saw a C5 on at Tucson. But saw a lot of other stuff. Never saw an F-22 though. I saw a Harrier jet. I saw endless T-45s and T-6s, T-38s. I haven't even been on a static display of a C5 at an air show. Oh yeah, Damon, that's right. I forgot about our resident Osprey. That was there for like 3 months. The V-22, the Osprey that never left. That's right. Thank you, Damon. Totally forgot. Max 8, here we go. Jacksonville, Florida. Dan Reeves taking shelter under a C5B, saying it's not the smartest thing. I'll remember that, Dan. Next departure will be Southwest 1358 to Midway, but first we have a Challenger 300 landing shortly. Gotcha. I think we're going to have to do a poll question of which hotly desired airport Pip should be sent to. Should it be Guantanamo Bay, Havana, Cuba, Tehran, or Pyongyang? That's a good one right there, Hans. That's a good one. Dover, yeah, Dover has lots of C5s. You're exactly right about that, Scott. We got another private jet landing here. So I have seen C5s in Tucson at the graveyard, but I have not ever walked in them or seen them up close. I've just seen them as I'm driving by in Tucson. Scott, that's, a great place to get robbed. Oh my gosh, Carter's got a list. I've refueled an A-10, F-16, F-15, B-52, B-2, F-117, C-5, C-17, F-18, F-18, Harriers, British Tornado, French Jag, Turkish F-4, KC-135. Good gracious, Carter. Golly. Man. It's quite the list you got there. Wow. Just in the nick of time as the Southwest is landing. Still waiting to take off to Chicago, though. Cincinnati, I know. Hans, you would love Scott. Scott just got back from Cincinnati. And another Southwest landing. Let's do it again. Do it again. All right. We are Southwest 2757 from Midway to Dallas on a MAX 8. Landing right now from Midway.
Boring.
All right, now Midway's taking the runway. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. What? I didn't know C5s could hold 6 Greyhound buses. I was not even aware. That's crazy. No! Hold on, stand by. I got another battery. Hey man, back to ya. S. Petitsik. Just in time to take off to Chicago. Welcome in. I have been to Cincinnati twice. Scott Kuiper, twice. Not just once, but twice. ST Pete, it's okay. There we go. ST Pete, it's okay. Got another Southwest landing here. You're welcome, Bob. Have a great evening. We'll see you on the next one. Ta-ta for now. I don't have a blinking battery light on the back of the camera. Call you Mike. It's supposed to be St. Pete. It's okay. Used to live in St. Pete, Florida for 15 years. All right, Mike. Can do. I know. Sorry. Now, after I read it, I was like, okay, St. Pete, it's okay. Yeah, great technical tips. I don't have a flashing light in the back here. I don't know what to tell you. I do not know what to tell you. Now you're in Arkansas. Very cool, Mike. Well, I just moved from Arizona to here. So somehow I went from hot and humid to from hot and hot to humid. And also hot. So I win. We were at DFW 3 times this week, Love Field 2 times this week. Oh, look at this. We got a Poseidon on final. And my Wi-Fi is being poo-poo. Good timing. But we got a Poseidon on final, Matt, man. Dallas is a decent place. Mike says, I moved here for a girl, 20 years together this October. I want to go to Oshkosh, though. I mean, I want to go to Oshkosh, but I mean, with all the wildfires, it's maybe a good thing that we're not at Oshkosh. I had plans to go this year, but I'm kind of glad I didn't. Scott Kuiper, Dan Reeves told us that there's 8 based here, 8 Poseidons based here. Or maybe it was 5. Dan, remind me. Anchors away, do anchors away. Thank you for everybody joining us here on Pip's Planespotting Live. I'm Pip, episode 518. We broadcasted from DFW yesterday. I think next week will be evening shows mostly. Yes, potentially. Yes. With the hotter weather coming back. Hot, 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 hot. Dan Reeves says 5. Thank you, Dan Reeves. 5 stationed here. Scott Kuiper, thank you, Dan. The Flight Support Detachment. Yeah. Catchy name indeed. I think we're going to get Southwest 264 from Long Beach, California. Texarkana, it's hot here, supposed to be in the hundreds next week. Yeah. Yep, Mike, definitely looking towards broadcasting in the evening. Yeah, and get that hot spot in the shade. Maybe I'll just have to do a night side show where I go from 7 to 7 and go graveyarding. I mean, from about 12 to 5, there wouldn't be that much action, but broadcast from 7 to 7 might be, or 7 to midnight. Maybe 12 to 5 could be story hour or just webcam hour as I take a nap in the truck. Wow. So Falcon. I mean, if we did it like a 7 to 7 show, yeah, it would be pretty boring from 12 to like say 5 a.m. or 12:30 to 5 a.m. I guess that's when we could play like our plane spotting shows. Maybe that's what we do. Yeah, definitely, possibly, Rainy Cajun. It's just finding a business or something to do it. Honestly, all I would need is a magnet and a couple of brackets and a Wi-Fi connection that's solid. Tommy checking in from Utah. What's up, dude? How's your summer vacation? What is shaking? Tommy's been a member of Premium Economy for 26 months, over 2 years. Thank you so much, Tommy. Thank you. Lots of Dassaults at Love Field for sure. Yeah, I saw that Salt Lake City set a record on Sunday, Tommy. 109 degrees. That is insane. Yeah, we were talking about New Orleans. They have, webcam. Boring. Speaking of webcams being that.
Boring. Boring.
Yeah. If I can keep a show going at Harrisburg for 4 hours, you can do it. Okay. That is the challenge. Oh, you mean at Memphis? I mean, there was a lot of downtime in Memphis, but not 4 hours worth of downtime. Maybe I just load up one of my favorite shows and everybody watches from 12:30 to 4:30 or 12 to 5. Alan Johnson checking in from Utah, the great state, the desert state of Utah. Alan, thanks for saying hello. Welcome. I was a former resident of Utah. Last lived in Washington Terrace in 2023. Seems like forever ago. Back then, my roommate and I were both single. And now he's married, has a kid, and I have a semi-successful YouTube channel. So we're both successful in our own ways as we get a Cessna Citation CJ3 landing next. So yes, welcome everybody. Thank you, Texas Girl, and thank you, Dubby, and thank you, Tim Arnold and Tommy, for your contributions. I've looked. I've seen a few. I've seen a few out there at DFW. Tommy, I don't know. You don't have to be a plane spotter like me. I would like to just find a flight attendant or a pilot. That's good enough. Nice little light sky blue on that Dassault. Yeah. But yeah, it'd be cool finding a plane spotter date too. Tried finding a sugar mama in San Diego with mixed results. So I think our next show might be Sunday night, although Saturday is tempting. But my feet. Oh, you were there last week in San Diego? Oh man, I'm so jealous, Tommy. I missed that place. But going back to our next show, I think it'll be for sure Monday, maybe Sunday night. and possibly tomorrow. I got to work as much as I can. This channel right now is my primary source of income. So the more I'm broadcasting, the more I'm working and the greater chance of revenue. Hey, Christopher Brown says, good afternoon from 100 degree North Carolina. Thank you, Christopher Brown. Good to see you, sir.
Might want to think about dropping him a thank you note.
Yeah, that's right. Rainy Cajun says, Tommy, we're going to Pyongyang, North Korea to find me. Yep, that's true, Tommy. Game is game. I just am impressed with how little Rainy Cajun thinks of me to send me away. Seattle flights, it's someone's birthday today in Anaheim, California. Well, a happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Oh, Tommy spending the night at Torrey Pines and saw some Miramar F-35 CESs before heading up to Oceanside. Wow, tough life, Tommy. Staying out at Torrey Pines. You definitely were roughing it. We got a Citation X from St. Croix, and then the Jet Suite X retro livery from Houston Hobby. Coming back. No, we're still good, man. We're still here. We're still here. I think it's a SIM card. This SIM card is a poopy. We're here. I like the Citation X's. They got a big butt look. We're here, we're here. Yeah, you know what? It could be the feds. This did come from St. Croix, Tommy. This did come from St. Croix. They mentioned Pyongyang. See, Rainy Cajun's trouble. Trouble. No, overall, I would say the signal's done well today. We've had a few temporary blips, but overall, pretty good. Yes, it does. Yes, it does, Aviation Cat. I forgot to mention that. All right, here's our retro special livery for Jet Suite X.
Well, isn't that special?
It'll taxi on down right by us. Retro. Oh, you guys are solid. Yes. Look at y'all. You're all in the same mindset of air choreo. You guys are both jamming North Korea here. Thank you, everybody, liking and subscribing. You guys rock. I might go purchase a phone today. Rainy Cajun. Oh, we get another citation longitude inbound to us. Boy, if I had one place to go right now, it would probably be Anchorage, because with all the, or San Diego, but with all the smoke right now in the upper Northeast, a lot of the airports I haven't been to are all like in the Midwest and Northeast. So, yeah. I would honestly love to go to Boston or like Martha's Vineyard or Hyannis. Or Sydney, Australia, where it's nice and cool. Thank you to everybody voting in the poll question. 89 votes, 38% say Baltimore is still the most boring airport in America, Scott Kuiper. Dallas Love Field at 29%, and Salt Lake City, 19%. Charlotte, only 13%, so that's nice. Congratulations to Charlotte for improving. It's a big progress. I do have my passport. I do. And there is that coffee shop right at the end of the runway, Rainy Cajun. At Mexico, in Mexico City. Going to Rome. I'm sure you are, Carter. Rome is a lot of fun. Have you ever been to Rome before? If not, I might suggest one thing. Don't be too offended if the city's roads and infrastructure look old and dilapidated, since it's one of the oldest cities in civilization. And the same thing with their plumbing. I went to Rome, what was it, 4 years ago? 4 years ago. So Rome is awesome. Just the plumbing and infrastructure is a little dated. That's all. There's actually a video. I have one video of plane spotting in Florence. I had a couple hours and I went over to near the airport and plane spotted in Florence. That's on my page. I gotta find that. I can't find it anywhere. Oh, you've been to Aviano Air Base, but not Rome. Okay. Yeah, so the one thing I would say about Rome is just be aware that some of the roads, infrastructure, sewer system is kind of old. The Vatican's super cool. Food is fantastic. Probably my favorite place to eat was Italy. And yeah. It'd be awesome. It'd be awesome. Highly recommend Italy. I really enjoyed it. Do we have another private jet landing? Oh, all the way from Campinas, Brazil. Interesting. Campinas, Brazil. What? A G Gulfstream. Nice, Dan. It's got to be, Dan, it's got to be nice living in the European Union, being close to all those countries, or excuse me, near all the countries that are part of the European Union, where you can take a quick flight. So, a Gulfstream from Campinas, Brazil. Bem-vindo ao programa and airport. Coming all the way from Brazil. Must be getting some maintenance work done here. There's a Gulfstream, couple of Gulfstream hangars to the right of me. Now that's Colombia. Or maybe not. I guess it's going in FBI, or they're probably going to customs first. Sorry. Probably going to customs first. Oh yeah, very cool, Tim. I didn't know you went to Italy. Benjamin says we got a Challenger from Bozeman, Montana. There's an airport I'd like to go to. That or Kalispell. Kalispell up there. Up in just outside of Glacier National Park. I hear ya. They need to have a little more variety for sure, Dan. I hear ya. Bozeman is where you want to fly into if you want to go to Yellowstone, that or Jackson Hole. I guess you could fly into Idaho Falls too, or Cody, but primarily people go through Jackson or Bozeman to get to Yellowstone. Bozeman on a Northwest MD-80. Oh, that's classic right there. That is classic. That's pretty cool. Oh, we got a little buffering. Does it around this time? I don't know why. I think it's a SIM card. Minneapolis to Bozeman was on a 727. Wow. Yes, there is also West Yellowstone Airport in the middle of West Yellowstone, Montana. But it's kind of expensive. And you're flying like CRJs. You're flying the CRJ 200s, which isn't the most, well, they may have E-170s now, but flying the CRJ is not the most glamorous experience into Yellowstone. But yes, you are right. West Yellowstone. Hang in there, folks. Now it's starting to annoy me. Maybe it's gotten too hot, but it shouldn't. Needs to be slapped. Oh yeah, is that right, Aviation Cat? A distant cousin of yours? That's pretty cool. That is pretty all right. All right. I think we're stabilized. Thank you, everybody, for liking and subscribing. Tuning into the show today. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you, Texas Girl. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Tim Arnold, as well, for your contributions. And Christopher Brown. Cannot forget the Volkswagen Master Tech, Christopher Brown. West Yellowstone Airport. 8,000 feet at, I think the altitude is like 6,500 feet. Definitely limits what can land there. Even look like a bill. Salt Lake City to West Yellowstone is the CRJ 550, and Denver to West Yellowstone is the CRJ 200. Nope, do not have a view of the other runway. I'd have to be on the roof, Tim. Actually, Don Rumsey, they just got the Navy Bird back in. Funny enough. They just got it back in here about a half hour ago. We saw it land here. Chicago Midway. All right, so we've determined today that Rainy Cajun really wants to send me to Pyongyang. Hey everybody, I think I'm gonna try and sneak out of here. Stand by. Buffering. It has its own air start. That's pretty cool. Oh no, look at this buffering. Well, I guess that's a sign that it is time to go. And we want to thank Rainy Cajun, Mattman, Parker, Texas Girl for moderating, and Eddie Blackburn. Thank you to everybody who contributed. Texas Girl, Christopher Brown, Tim Arnold, Dubby, Tommy, and I'm going to leave you with our new hit single called Cherry Pickers from the band The Pips. So I want to thank y'all. We'll see ya, if not this weekend, on Monday at DFW. So we look forward to it. And I'll look into getting the Air China 737 to Pyongyang. Thank you. But hope you enjoyed this song. This is a new hit single that's sweeping the nation. And thank you to everybody for tuning in. And we will see you on the next show. Yes, Gladys Knight and the Pips, Don. That is correct. So have a great day, everybody. We will see you on the next one. If not this weekend, we'll see you Monday at DFW. See ya. Have a great one. Thanks for tuning in to Pip's Planespotting Live, 518.
Got your camera pointing west, where the palm trees sway. First class sunsets and the heavies every day. Champagne terminals, influencers in line. Everybody chasing that perfect golden sign. Back home, the ramp lights flicker in the rain. Single engine heartbeat on a cracked out lane. Old man Carter fueling up a King Air slow. But nobody streams the places nobody knows. Yeah, the flyover towns keep fading from the screen, while the same 5 airports steal the dream. There's a whole wide sky beyond the LAX lights.